You don't notice the slow death of a relationship until the silence starts to feel normal. 6 years ago, I married the woman I thought I'd grow old with. Samantha was everything, artistic, warm, unpredictable in the best ways. I still remember how she'd wear my oversized hoodie, curl up beside me, and talk about building a life together that felt like a movie. Now, we barely spoke unless it was about groceries or bills. My name's David. 34. I work in marketing, clean suits, deadlines, and client dinners. Samantha, 31, is a freelance graphic designer. She used to wait up for me when I came home late. Lately, I'm lucky if she even looks up from her phone. It started small, the way these things always do. Her phone always stayed face down on the table. She started wearing perfume to coffee runs and coming home with stories that didn't quite add up. The laughs she shared with someone on the other end of her texts weren't mine anymore. One night, I came home early from a pitch meeting. The lights were dim, music playing softly in the background. She jumped when she saw me. Her laptop snapped shut too quickly. I asked who she was talking to. No one, she said with a half smile. Just editing work. I nodded like I believed her. I tried to tell myself I was paranoid. That stress was getting the better of me. We all drift, right? People change. But then I started seeing a pattern I couldn't ignore. Sudden gym memberships. Late night, client calls. Clothes she hadn't worn in years suddenly pulled from the back of the closet. There was a Thursday, cold, overcast, when I watched her from the car. She was supposed to be at a meeting downtown. But she walked out of a cafe across town, laughing with someone. A man. Tall. Confident. He put a hand on her back before they parted. She didn't see me, but I saw enough. That night, I didn't ask. I just watched. Every movement. Every word. Every silence between us stretched like a tightrope. She didn't sleep in my arms anymore. She curled up on her side, screen glowing softly as she scrolled through messages I'd never read. And I'd lie there, eyes open, wondering when exactly she had left, mentally, emotionally. Because her body was still here, but Samantha? She was somewhere else entirely. Then came the idea. Not anger. Not confrontation. Just confirmation. I told her I had a business trip on Friday. 2 nights. Chicago. She barely blinked. Okay, she said, as if she were glad I'd be gone. That hurt more than I expected. Friday morning, I packed my bag, kissed her cheek, it felt like kissing a stranger, and walked out the door. I didn't go far. I waited at a friend's place. Watched the hours crawl by. Every minute made me feel more like a detective in my own marriage. Around 8 p.m., I drove back. Parked a block away. Lights were on in the apartment. 2 silhouettes passed behind the curtain. A man was there. My stomach dropped, but I stayed calm. I needed to see it. Needed to know. I walked slowly up the steps. My key still worked in the building door. Her laughter floated down the hallway. His voice too. I hesitated at the front door. My hand hovered above the wood. My marriage was on the other side of it, and maybe the truth too. I knocked. Footsteps. Then the click of the lock. And then, she opened the door. Her eyes widened in shock. She was barefoot, standing there in nothing but an oversized t-shirt. My t-shirt, the faded blue one she used to steal. Her hair was messy, lips still glossy, and her voice barely came out. You came back early? Behind her, I heard a voice call out, Sam? Everything okay? She didn't move. Just stared at me like I was a ghost. In that moment, everything froze. The lies. The distance. The coldness. It all made sense. I looked past her into the apartment that used to feel like home. And for the first time, I didn't feel heartbroken. I felt clarity. She had already left me. All I had to do now was walk in and find out who took my place. Samantha instinctively moved back, leaving the door open behind her like she didn't know whether to stop me or just let it all unfold. Her eyes darted toward the hallway, toward him. He emerged slowly, casual, like he belonged there. Worn jeans. Barefoot. A half-full wine glass in his hand. His smile dropped the moment he saw me. This must be David, he said, offering a polite nod. I didn't shake his hand. Samantha finally spoke. David, this isn't what it looks like. I looked around. 2 glasses on the coffee table. A half-eaten cheese plate. Candlelight. The scent of my cologne, floating in the air like an insult. Then tell me what it is, I said, voice low, steady. She opened her mouth. Nothing came out. The man, tall, tanned, confident, stepped in with forced calm. I'm Chris, he said. We're just catching up. College friends. You're home early, huh? I ignored him, my gaze stayed fixed on Samantha. Her hands trembled at her sides. She wasn't dressed like someone expecting her husband. That shirt? That was bait. Comfortably intimate. Intentionally misleading. You've been seeing him, haven't you? I asked. Samantha's face collapsed in slow motion. A flicker of fear. Shame. Then silence. Her lips parted like she wanted to spin it, but even she couldn't lie anymore. Chris raised his eyebrows. Okay, I think I should. No, I said sharply, never taking my eyes off her. You stay. I wanted the truth, not comfort. Not excuses. And I wanted her to say it in front of him. How long? I asked. David, she started, but I cut her off. How long, Samantha? She swallowed hard. 3 months. That landed like a punch. 3 months of laughing at someone else's jokes. 3 months of pretending things were fine. 3 months of lying to my face while he wore my cologne and drank wine in my living room. I didn't speak. Didn't move. Chris shifted uncomfortably. Look, man, I didn't know you were still together. She said. You don't get to talk, I snapped. He raised his hands in surrender but didn't leave. He just stood there, awkward, like he was still debating whether this counted as a serious situation or just a messy misunderstanding. Samantha finally stepped forward. David, I didn't mean for this to happen. I swear. I felt alone. You've been so distant. So consumed with work and, don't, I said. Don't blame this on my job. You had choices. I was hurting too, she said, her voice cracking. You think I planned this? I didn't. But Chris, he listens. He made me feel seen again. And yes, I know that doesn't make it right, but, you knew exactly what you were doing. She wiped a tear from her cheek. I was lost, David. I didn't want to lose you. I just didn't know how to fix us. You weren't trying to fix us, I said. You were replacing me. That shut her up. The silence between us felt like a chasm. Chris finally put his glass down. Look, maybe this isn't the right time. I'll go. Yeah, I said, stepping aside. You should have gone 3 months ago. He left quietly, closing the door behind him. Samantha and I stood there, two strangers in the ruins of a life we built. I didn't yell. I didn't break things. I didn't cry. I just looked at the woman who used to be my best friend, and felt nothing but a deep, cavernous emptiness. She sat down slowly, as if her legs could no longer hold her. Guilt. I'm sorry, she whispered. Sorry. A word so small it barely filled the space between us. I turned toward the door. She stood up suddenly, panicked. David, please. We can talk. We can go to therapy. I'll do anything. I paused with my hand on the doorknob. I don't think there's anything left to save. She took a step closer. Please don't. Walk away like this. I looked over my shoulder at her, barefoot, broken, full of regret. You made that choice when you opened the door for him. Then I left, and this time, I didn't look back. The first night after I left, I didn't sleep. I lay on my friend Aaron's couch, staring at the ceiling fan spinning in slow, lazy circles, trying to make sense of the hollow space inside me. Not rage. Not grief. Just absence. Like someone had scooped out everything soft inside and left me echoing. Samantha texted me the next morning. Then again. And again. First it was, please call me. Then, we need to talk. Later that night, I messed up. I need you. I didn't respond. What could I say? That I understood? That I forgave her? No. I wasn't there yet. Maybe I never would be. The hardest part wasn't the betrayal itself. It was realizing how easy it was for her to lie to my face while holding someone else's heart behind her back. 3 days later, she emailed me a long message titled, If You Still Care. I almost deleted it. But curiosity won. She wrote about how she'd been lost, how the emotional distance between us became unbearable. She didn't justify what she'd done, but she framed it like it had grown from loneliness, not cruelty. She said Chris was gone, and she hadn't spoken to him since that night. She said she still loved me. That she wanted to fix it. Therapy, space, time, anything I asked for. It should have made me feel something. Instead, I closed the laptop and sat in silence. My therapist, yeah, I made that appointment, asked me something that stuck. If the betrayal hadn't happened, would you still be happy in this marriage? I wanted to say yes. I really did. But deep down, even before Chris, things had been eroding. The silence didn't start with the affair. It started when we stopped showing up for each other. When we became polite roommates instead of lovers. I let it happen, sure, but I didn't break us alone still, knowing that didn't ease the weight of what she did 2 weeks after I left, Samantha asked to meet in person. I agreed, we met at a small coffee shop near the park, the kind of place we used to go when we were dating. She wore a plain sweater, no makeup. Her eyes looked swollen from crying thank you for coming, she said, barely above a whisper I nodded but said nothing she talked. Apologized. Admitted everything, how? It started with innocent chats, how it felt like someone finally saw her again. She told me she knew it was wrong, every step of the way. But she kept going because she was selfish. Because she was scared we were already gone I listened when she was done, she asked, do you think you could ever forgive me? I looked at her for a long time I don't know, I said honestly. But I do know I can't go back. A tear slipped down her cheek. She didn't argue. She just nodded, like she already knew I'll sign whatever papers you need, she said. Softly, I thanked her then I stood, offered a tired smile, and walked away it wasn't cinematic. No shouting. No dramatic exit. Just two people who had loved each other once, now quietly surrendering to the truth after that, life became simpler I moved into a small apartment downtown. Started going to the gym again. Cooked for myself. Wrote more. I found myself rediscovering who I was before the marriage, and who I might become now that it was over healing isn't linear. Some nights, I still dream of her. Some mornings, I wake up thinking she's beside me. But slowly, the memories sting less. They become lessons, not wounds one Saturday, a few months later, I wandered into a bookstore while flipping through a hardcover on travel photography, someone bumped my elbow. A woman. She smiled. Said sorry. Her eyes lingered for a second longer than casual we talked for a minute about books. Her name was Elise. She had the kind of laugh that didn't feel forced. When she walked away, she turned back once. Smiled again it was nothing. But it was something and for the first time in a long time, I felt like I could breathe again I didn't need Samantha's apology anymore because I had forgiven myself